June 1942. The sky over Wales was draped in low fog, the sea rolling grey beneath it. At Pembrey Airfield, RAF personnel were closing their daily logbooks when suddenly, the sound of an unfamiliar engine rumbled above the clouds, not the distinct merlin growl of a Spitfire, but the heavy thunder of a BMW radial engine. They looked up to the sky. An enemy aircraft emerged from the clouds, lowering its landing gear as if preparing to land. No gunfire, no sirens, only silence and confusion. The aircraft of Focke-Wulf 190, the pride of the Luftwaffe, descended calmly onto a British runway. When its propeller came to a stop and the pilot climbed out of the cockpit, everyone around stood in stunned silence. He saw Spitfires parked nearby, RAF uniforms rushing toward him, and there was only one possible conclusion. He had landed in the wrong place. A mistake that changed the Varta pilot's name. Oberleutnant Armin Faber, a member of the elite Jagdgeschwader II Richthofen squadron. He was no ordinary young aviator, a seasoned fighter ace with several aerial victories to his name, trained in the Luftwaffe's most advanced combat tactics.
That day, his mission was simple: escort German bombers striking the British coast, then return to France. But as a fierce dogfight erupted over the English Channel, thick clouds swallowed the horizon, and the sun's glare deceived his sense of direction. Amid the speed and adrenaline, Faber lost his bearings.
When the clouds parted, he saw green countryside and an airfield below and was certain, absolutely certain, that he had returned to France. He never realized he'd turned 180 degrees back toward enemy territory. Minutes later, British guns were already aimed at him. An unexpected gift for Britain. It was like a dream. For months, the FW-190 had been a nightmare beyond explanation, appearing over France, shooting down Spitfire after Spitfire, then vanishing without a trace. British intelligence knew very little. The aircraft was fast, powerful, and almost untouchable. Every wreck they recovered was scorched, shattered, impossible to study. Now, without firing a single shot, they had one completely intact. Autopsy of the Predator aircraft was immediately sent to the Royal Aircraft Establishment in Farnborough. Engineers stripped it panel by panel, documenting every bolt, every wire. What they discovered explained everything. The BMW 801 radial engine, 170 horsepower, more powerful than any Spitfire of the time. But the real secret wasn't its raw power, it lay in its handling. The FW-190 could roll from left to right twice as fast as a Spitfire. In close quarters combat, that ability was deadly. Lose your momentum once, and an English pilot had no chance. Its armament, 420mm cannons and 2 machine guns, one-shot burst could slice an enemy's wing clean off. But every advantage exacts a price. At high altitude, the radial engine would lose its breath. Controls grew heavy, and in extreme dive speeds a pilot needed tremendous strength to pull the aircraft out. For RAF analysts, this was the weakness they had been searching for. The discovery was immediately shared with every British squadron and with the Americans. USAF pilots came to Farnborough, flying the German aircraft themselves. From this arose a simple conclusion that changed the light air doctrine. Do not fight the FW-190 below 20,000 feet. Force it higher, and victory is ours. This strategy was adopted by the P-47 Thunderbolt and P-51 Mustang. Air battles shifted to higher altitudes, where German engines struggled. Slowly but surely, Luftwaffe dominance began to crumble. One mistake. Thousands of lives surveyed as the war continued. Faber's captured FW-190 remained in use for testing and comparison. From that single aircraft, the Allies learned the secrets of German design, tactics, and even cockpit ergonomics. Every air battle won by Allied pilots in the following years bore the mark of that one moment, a single wrong landing on a grassy airfield in Wales. After the war, Armin Faber was sent to a prisoner of war camp in Canada. He survived and eventually returned to Germany, living a quiet life until his death in 1976. In the annals of history, he is remembered not as a hero or a traitor, but as a pilot who inadvertently changed the course of the war.